Hi guys, so I was looking up the word gatekeeper in relation to cold calling and was actually quite astonished to see titles like, I don't know, how to disarm the gatekeeper, strategies for getting past the gatekeepers, and how to beat the gatekeeper off. So of course I know these are ramped up to get your attention, but what is the reality of gatekeepers and how can you overcome them? I'm going to tell you just that, and I'm going to start by saying this: the more you think about cold calling as a battle against the gatekeeper, the more you will hate making those calls. Why? Because then your focus becomes the gatekeeper and not what you're actually calling for. Remember, your objective is to sell yourself so that you can sell your offering, but you won't be able to do that by being confrontational or bold or pumped up to win like you're going into a fight. How you will do it is by being fresh. And I have put a link below in the description, so if you want to look up fresh, you can just click on that. Now, here's a few facts to help you to prepare yourself for a non-confrontational cold call. Number one, know that the gatekeeper is not your enemy. They just pick up the phone like a doorman who opens the door. Now let's explore that one for a minute. If a doorman doesn't let you in, it's because you either look or are acting dodgy, right? So apply that to a cold call. A gatekeeper will reject you because either your words or your tone don't fill them with glee. So rethink your approach. Watch my other videos for help in that one if you need to. Okay, number two, the gatekeeper could be anyone in the business. Just because they picked up the phone, it doesn't mean that they're not someone of influence or importance to your potential deal with that business. So make sure that you speak to them as you would if they were the decision maker, and find out who they actually are. Too many salespeople forget to ask who they're speaking to initially because it's easy to forget. You might have actually seen me do this once, and I think I picked up on it straight away and let you know that, hey, look, I should have asked who they were. So that is really quite important, know who they are. Number three, the gatekeeper doesn't really give you objections. What they really do is they ask you questions or give statements, because objections just don't happen at this stage. Real, genuine objections don't happen at this stage in the sale. They'll give you questions such as, is this a sales call? Or what are you calling about? Or can you send an email to? And they'll give you statements such as, the person isn't in the office today, or they won't take cold calls, or we already have a supplier for this. Now, these are not real objections, but you can call them if you want, just to make it easier. But they are literally just questions that they're throwing at you to qualify who you are and what you're about. You could call them smoke screens, but I genuinely don't think that they're lying. If they wanted to get rid of you, they would just tell you that the person won't take cold calls. So my point is, don't get hung up on their response. Respond to them honestly. If you want my responses to these examples of questions and statements, or objections if you like, stay tuned to the end of this video. Number four, use the gatekeeper's help where possible. If you did your research beforehand and you know what you need to know about the potential value in this prospect, then ask the gatekeeper if they can help you out with some of those questions. Even if it's just to confirm that you have the right decision maker details. Doing this helps you to stay on the call for longer, and the longer you stay on the call, the more chance you have of building rapport with the gatekeeper. Now, I would say that about 99% of the gatekeepers that I've spoken to have been really helpful. And number five, give the gatekeeper whatever they need to help them to get you to the decision maker. Your compliance makes you easy to deal with. The easier you are to deal with, the more chance you have of getting in front of that decision maker. Many salespeople make the mistake of thinking that by being a tough salesperson who fights their way in means that they've got more chance of seeing that decision maker. Ironically, those are the very salespeople that the gatekeeper will definitely want to keep from the decision maker, especially if the DM's character doesn't welcome even slightly confrontational or pushy calls. Okay? Right. In point three, I asked you to stay tuned to the end of this video. We've come to that point, and I had mentioned some examples of objections. What I'm going to say at this point is there's quite a lot of responses I can give you, so tune into the next video, which I'll record straight after this one, but tune into the next one for the responses that I would use for those so-called objections. And let me know in the comments below if you have any more that you want me to cover that you don't think were in that list. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope these tips help you to focus less on the gatekeeper as a threat and more on your objective to sell yourself and your offering. Good luck. Remember, you can always DM me for more information or help. Until next time, stay safe.